Exciting welcome to the next comedian, Andrew Ferenbach.
Hold on. Yes, it may come as no surprise to you, I am in fact a scientist. Yes, you can take the scientist out of the lab, but not the lab out of the scientist. That's why I have the oversized novelty timer, because like any good experiment, there's a protocol to comedy, and I'm going to stick to it. Anyway, the following is going to be a few random little sort of segments of works in progress. So, first and foremost, yes, I'm from Scotland, or maybe you couldn't tell from my mysterious accent. Anyway, but also, I absolutely love to read. I mean, books, fiction, can't get enough of it. But, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as young as Nathan, but I am. Slightly younger. Point is...
Thank you, brother.
You're quite welcome. Point is, I mean, as much as I adore books, if I sit down and start trying to read a book, I'm gonna pass out. And so, even though I love them, so I discovered the joy of audiobooks. And no, this talk is not brought to you by Audible. Point is that yes, I would binge audiobooks on a massive scale, and it allows you to multitask. I mean, who says men can't multitask? I mean, there's me. There's no chance of me falling asleep while walking the dog. Or, well, it's not impossible, it's just much, much harder. The point is I'll be walking along and I've got audiobooks pumping away in my ear. But also, I'm very impatient. And so I'm not going to listen at regular speed like a sucker. No siree. Instead, I would crank the speed up progressively. And it's like, you wouldn't jump into a hot bath, but if you slowly increase the speed, you get used to it. So I'll be listening at like 1.4 times speed. And to everyone else, it's like, but to me, it's like, oh yes, But the catch is also, nature has a sense of humor. And so there I am walking my trusty dog, and it's like, and the murderer was, just at that point, a bus goes, past. And because it's at 1.4 times speed, it goes right through the whole thing, and it's like, everyone's like, oh my word, I can't believe it. It's like, what can't you believe? So, that's slightly maddening for yours truly, but still, that's why they rewind. But anyway, believe it or not, this whole bit is actually a setup for the next part, because, I mean, I'm not going to name which site I get my audiobooks from, because they're not paying me, and equal opportunities, there's loads and loads of genres, and every time you open up that site, you get to see, here are the latest releases, and there were a surprising number of things like, a stable boy for Gwyneth, and all these men with their shirts off and looking to the middle distance, without my physique, obviously, but and it struck me, that's nice, because after all, audiobooks, deep down, they were born of people who had no vision, and so therefore couldn't possibly. But then, in a stray moment of contemplation, I thought to myself, wait a minute, these days people are, using them, modern, people who have eyeballs that work. And so I was thinking, wait a minute, there's all these blouse-ripping books out there, and I'm like, honey, I think women are multitasking too. Just they aren't walking their dogs. You're too kind. Okay, so change of topic hastily away from that is that yes, since I'm Scottish, we are famously stingy. I mean, it came as a bit of a shock to the system. Denmark, things are a little bit expensive. I mean, back in the magical land of Scotland, taxis were reasonably priced. But as soon as we came to Denmark, as the first taxi we caught, the taxi driver, they drove us just from like the train station to our place, and it was like 300 plus crowns. We're like, are you out of your mind? Nobody would even believe us. So, horrifying. And, my Scots heart was just like breaking paying that money, but we had to. So, anyway, but this also planted the urge that ain't no way I'm going to be taking any more taxis unless it's like an unavoidable emergency. So, we didn't. And so what are we going to do though? I mean, we did use your wonderful public transport, which is freaking fabulous, and your roads have no holes in them like Scotland. So, and your public transport runs to time. But one thing I did notice, I mean, we Brits, we are a great nation of queuers. When it comes to queuing, queues are sacred. I mean, Robert will know what I'm talking about, you know. It's like, you respect the queue. Nobody monkeys with the queue. But in Denmark, this rule doesn't apply. I mean, you arrive at the bus stop, you're the fourth human being at the bus stop. There's this telepathic connection between you that you know, I am person number 4. Person number 5 better back on down when that bus comes. Person number 3, they got in, and then it's my chance to shine. Seems simple, right? And so, you know, I had all these instincts firing away. But then I arrive at Denmark, it's like Lord of the Flies. Suddenly, the bus arrives, everyone's like, ah! Zombie apocalypse, must get in brains! You know, which, you know, in fairness, actually worked in my favour. Like, there was when there was a snow crisis, well, was it last year? Anyway, point is, there was a crap ton of snow, and there was an awful lot of people at the bus stop, like a monumental number. If it was Britain, my goose would be cooked, because I'd be person number 36. Ain't no way I'm getting on that bus. But because, thank you Denmark, instead, it was like zombie apocalypse time. I was person number 4 on that freaking bus. It's like, out of my way, old lady, I saw the bus. In Britain, that would get you hung, I swear. But it also made me create my own little sport, which, yes, patent pending, but I called it fishing for Danes, because I knew that Danes did not respect the sacred totem that is queuing. And so, when I'm waiting for my bus in the morning, when I may or may not be totally bored, like I'm between audiobooks, I've got the no audiobook blues, which is the worst kind of blues there is. And so, I would be waiting there, and you know, it's getting close to bus time, but it's not quite bus time, and everyone's looking at their phones, but their peripheral vision is like, you know, sort of checking who we can jump over to get to the bus. And so, I would purposefully, even though I know there's no bus there, I would just go, and step forward, and their peripheral vision was like, attack, begin attack. And so every single day at the bus stop would auto step forward, and then they would reality go, there's no bus here. Shit, I've been had. Yes, I get bored a lot, but you know, that for me was an amusement. But also, I mean, when I wasn't catching buses, we did have to resort to. Well, don't mind me. Anyway, even though there was a door there. Anyway, where was I? Yes, so we would hire these fantabulous cars, which I won't tell you which company it is because they are also not paying me. The point was, it's like some kind of video game. You get an app on your phone, it's like Pokemon Go, except it's Pokemon Go Find a Car. And so, if you want to get a car, you press the thing and it's like little radar lights up and it's like, you know, 3 streets over, there's a car. And like a good Scotsman whose wallet is physically attached to his body, I don't want to pay to reserve the car, but you get like 10 minutes free. So it's as close as I get to some kind of race. They go, okay, 10 minutes, counting down now. And it's like, I have to get myself to that, and then grab the car and then like some kind of, you know, helicopter pilot swooping in, and it's like, grab my family and get out of Dodge, as it were. But, you know, the system, it doesn't quite work, because you grab this car in this video game style, then you think, okay, let's all go to IKEA, super duper. You drive to IKEA, you park, because that's allowed, because there's all these, like, designated zones in the city, and you go into IKEA, and of course, like a good Scotsman, I'm not going to pay to reserve the car again. That involves spending money. You go into IKEA, but someone walks out of IKEA and goes, cool, a car. Vroom, and away they go. So you come out of IKEA with all your wonderful Kallaxes and splurges and whatever, and something's like, you know, it's either a bus for you, or I once again have to like make like Grand Theft Auto and just like scamper to the next neighborhood, grab a car and repeat. But just like fishing for Danes, I actually made this system work for me too. I mean, one time, I kid you not, we took our kid to the hairdresser, we parked the car, and then we were just like walking like 20 meters to the hairdresser. As we were walking along, the car that we were just in overtook us, because someone had clearly seen it just going like, hey! Jumped into the car and taken it away. So, when we were going on holiday, we decided, do we want to catch a brutal bus with all our suitcases and be super awkward, or do we want to incinerate 400 crowns and take a taxi? Nope, I choose door number 3. So I grabbed one of these cars and I drove it from our place to near the station. But the big wrinkle in this plan, or should have been a wrinkle, was, wait a minute, but there's no safe zone near the station. You have to go to Brune's Gallery and hide down in the basement somewhere. I ain't doing that either. So what did I do? I went to the nearest parking meter and paid for just like 2 hours parking, which was like 10 crowns. And then, we got onto our bus, and no sooner had we literally got away in the bus, someone was like, "Woohoo, car!" And away it goes. No parking fine for me. Seriously, I should be getting sponsorship for this live hand. I did email the company, they said they'll be in touch. Only once they get in touch will I mention their name. And you guys have been wonderful. Thank you.
Another round for Andrew.